Good morning, everybody on stream. Good morning, Entity Self and Steve. Yeah, I just got my coffee. Sorry, guys, I had to wait a second there after the music stopped. But anyway, coffee is here. Got a little rusk as well. So welcome. Good to see you again, Paul, George, Hakan, and Uncle John.
Morning,
Good
Nico.
morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Oh, a lot of guys are contacting me all of a sudden. Private messages all over the show. Right.
What? The same issue about what Uncle John was talking about.
Well, we're not live, are we?
We are live, yes.
How long have we been live?
When I told you.
You're safe, John. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, heart attack then.
Good morning, Paul, on the other side, and Hakan there on text as well. All right, well, as you guys know, we're loading up the Jolly 172 first. Once explain is settled, we'll move over to the Zibo.
Are we going on push to talk?
Yeah, I think let's go to this Schematics Live on Air channel, guys.
Okay.
Right, then the guys can also see our little emblems come up here, the little icons when we actually do speak to each other. Okay, so before we start, just a couple of things. I did a bit of housekeeping because I don't know what happened. Yesterday, from the first flight till the last flight, I was stuck at about 20 FPS. I couldn't get more than 20 frames per second. So I cleared out this shader cache, reinstalled the Zibo. I went through quite a few things that I did. I've removed Xvision and all the Lua scripts and all those things. And I find myself now in most places that I've tested, and this is the first time I'm coming to Manchester, we'll see what the results are here now, but I find myself back into the higher 30s towards 40 FPS, just doing a bit of housekeeping there. I got surprised when I ran the installer. This is Explain 1141. It added a whole bunch of new airports and upgraded a whole bunch of things. So if you guys are still on Explain 1141 and you do not want to update to the beta, just don't enable the tick in the box, but run that installer. It was amazing to see. I got about 420 megabytes of updates just in 1141, and feels much smoother. Even at Seattle with all the Orbex through Earth scenery and stuff, I've been pushing about 30 frames. So nice little tip there if you guys want to go also around a bit. Well, Dave, 4 a.m. for you. It is now 10 a.m. for us. Welcome. I'm glad you are awake and that you can join us here. Right, so the plan is to fly from Manchester to Shannon, and we're going to do that on VATSIM. So if any of you guys would like to join us, you are more than welcome. We will be flying for Ryanair Virtual, and we're just going to start the whole process of setting up now.
Information gate 50 is occupied.
Are you using gate 50? Okay, I'll have to move. Thank you for telling me now, Hakan. But yeah, good.
You're welcome, sir.
We'll move.
Can you confirm that we're on the latest update? 4.
Yeah. I'm on the latest update because, as usual, there are a bunch of guys complaining that it's not working and porpoising and doing all kinds of weird things. And this will obviously also serve as either a test flight proving they are right or we are right. So we'll see what happens.
That was for asking because I did see some of those posts, and I thought I'm just going to speak to the boss, see what he's.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're pushing, depending on where I look, higher 20s at least. There we've hit 30. See if I look in that direction. I'll do a couple of test flights and then I'll slowly start adding stuff like X-Vision and so on into 1141. But for now, let's also just see where we're at in our graphic settings. I reckon we can drop that one. Let's see what the effect would be. Hi Reggie, good morning. I see you here as well.
Good morning.
Reggie,
Hello. Everybody okay?
everyone is fine.
Nice to hear your voice again.
Hakan.
Thank you so much, sir. Same. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. Gary from Iveo wants to know if we wouldn't rather want to do the stream on Iveo because then he can provide ATC for us.
It depends on you. If you like to fly on IVO, no problem. But I already set it everything in the WhatsApp. I'm
Yeah, okay, no. Well, I'll have to restart everything to go there as well. Let me say this to Gary. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the offer, but we will have to restart. I think he's watching us. I think you can hear us, Gary. So, I really do appreciate the offer. Yeah, he's already answering. Alright, I'm going to put it on paper for you as well. Thank you so much, Gary. Hakan. Okay, when we fly in this area again, we need to ask Gary if he's available, and then we'll fly Iveo next time. Okay, maybe on the return leg or something like that. Okay.
okay, sir.
All right. Okay. So by dropping the scenery a little bit, I've managed to achieve a greater stability around 30 FPS. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not too worried about extra couple of trees or houses. All right. Okay. So this is not 1150. I can't see the actual VRAM usage as far as I know. Not in this version. It's not there. Okay. Anyway, it's not important. So let's start from the beginning. Gentlemen, ladies, if there are any, if you have questions, if you need me to explain something, please stop me. I've got time, so I can answer your questions. I'm going to run through the whole setup process from the beginning now, the way I do it, so you guys will see exactly how I do my planning. We obviously start with Ryanair Virtual, which gives us our flight plans. This little line is the actual route, so we're going to copy that. Okay, and we need to go and set this up. Right, so that will be the route. Next thing we want to do is we want to get the lay of the land. We want to know what's up. So we've got the runway in our back of our minds. Usually, according to the SOPs, runway 23 would be active until the winds change, which will then make it 05 right for departure. We can also check with ATC. I've not started my VATSIM client. Now that I think about that, let me quickly start that because that is important.
Yeah, that's interesting. I put 05 because of the wind, but I'll wait and see.
Yeah. Are you flying on VATSIM or Avaya?
Well, you know me, neither at the moment. I might have gone with you if I've ever jumped in. If you jumped in this time, okay. It's not fear; it's nerves.
I know that feeling. All right.
Manchester ground is available.
Manchester ground. All right. Okay. So does he have ATIS? Can you tell us what the runway is so we don't have to read through all the SOPs and check the winds and things? Once my Swift starts, I can also do that. We are Ryanair 4776. So Akan, did you file 4776 or can I use Ryanair 4776?
No, I am 982.
All right, okay. I don't even have ATC on this network yet. There we go. There they come alive. Right, so if I'm reading the ATS correctly, information Foxtrot 0750 automated. Runway in use 23 right. Alright, so that is very
Okay.
important for us. Hey, good morning, Anthony, and welcome. Right, guys, so on the other side, I have the wind at 110 at 6 knots. So let's go look at what that airport looks like. Uh, 110 at 6 knots. I would use runway 06 then.
Small crosswind.
Yeah, very small. We've got a 3 knot headwind, 5 knot crosswind component. So that's perfectly good enough for us.
Oh, I wonder why I couldn't find runway 6. I've got the wrong airport. So I changed. So I'm going to Cork instead of Shannon. I'll change that quickly.
Okay. All right, so there we have it. That is the flight plan. We can export this. And then we want to go and copy this from Navigraph so we can put that in some Toolkit Pro and send it off to Debrief. Departure EGCC. Hakan.
He's done a runner.
Doesn't matter. I forgot I actually connected on top of him. I'm moving to gate 51 now. Sorry, Hakan.
Now you know why he's not talking to you.
He's upset. Yeah, sorry, Hakan. No, he's probably gone to make coffee. So the IATA flight number FR4776 will also be this one.
Runway 23 in use, sir.
Thank you, sir. I found that. D3 and 06 on the receiving end, sir. Right, performance CIR6. Don't know what they suggest for altitude. Let's have a look. See 340. Okay. 340. Fuel will be automatic packs. How many packs do they want us to take? 162 and 2.9. Right. Generate. That's a strange one, Van der Lit. I have no idea. I've seen lots of guys actually make donations here via SuperChat and all. I'm not sure. Really, really not sure. If you look in the description below the video, like I've typed there for you, there's two links to PayPal. The one is a private donation, so it doesn't come up on the screen, and the other one will obviously show up on the screen and your name gets listed. So, I mean, if SuperChat doesn't want to take money, I don't know. Use one of the others then if you don't mind. Thank you very much in advance. Right. Okay, so we've got the necessary information. Let us reconnect to this network. See if we can see Uncle Hakan. There we go. Took a second or two for him to load, but there he is. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see him. I apologize. There you go. There's Hakan. Right, so let's just get this cleaning crew in here for a second. We don't want people to fly in a dirty aircraft, eh?
Morning all.
Hey, you made it. Hello.
Good morning.
John's filling his face.
Oh, I just had that ask myself. And I've got my coffee.
Enjoy.
Yeah, the important bit, the coffee.
Yeah, this is my second mug for the day. Need to get properly going. Right, okay, so it's whiteboard time. For those of you that are unfamiliar, let's just do this. Hold on. Look a bit more respectable. I'll show you guys.
You need your haircut, young man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Why? Oh, you know what? It's being taken over that side. Let's see. There we go. Alright. So we got rid of the Discord video. So, got myself this little whiteboard, an eraser, and a couple of pens. So, it just makes my life a little bit easier. All the years I've been fiddling around with paper and paper and paper, you know. I had so many stacks of paper lying all over the show here that it, you know, became a bit of a mess. So I just thought, you know what, now I'm just going to write down everything on the whiteboard, and when I'm done, we'll wipe it. And it works really good. So we are at the stage where I just need to quickly write down a few bits of information, like my call sign.
All those bits of paper, you never know which one is related to what block.
Yeah, exactly. And then you write a little bit on the one side, little bit on the other side, and whatever, you know, it's a mess. So, Mr. Zambo, good morning. 4776. So we've got that. Then we're going to write information Foxtrot, because that is active.
Departing runway 05 left, at 10 departure.
Runway 23 right. That's our SID, so I'm just writing that down as well. EKLAD 1 Romeo. Right, so got that.
What's for breakfast, Uncle John?
He's just showing thumbs up. What are you eating? We also want to know.
Fruit and fibre.
Okay.
Good for you.
Looking after my constitution.
Good morning, Andrew. Alright, let's get little Yeri to fill us up there. We did not have ground power, so let's get our ground power going. We can do our pre-planning.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledge. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Right, we can start boarding. Wrong one.
Uncle John types like he's got his mouth full as well.
One-fingered eagle attack. Says Uncle John. Yeah. That's not the finger I was thinking of. Look at him. As long as you enjoy yourself, Uncle John.
My fail, ne?
Right, we don't have to set a squawk code. We will be receiving a squawk code. So if we read on the ATIS, let's see, 1015. The altimeter. Echo runway 06. And we are not flying any transition. Right, I think before we continue, let us talk to this gentleman. How come he's got 1015 but my actual weather gives a completely different reading? Let's just switch to that some weather in active sky. Let's make sure we've got the same weather. Yeah, I've got 1024 on the altimeter. We will query that. Manchester ground, good morning, Ryanair 4776, gate 51 with information Foxtrot. Please confirm the current QNH and then we'll accept IFR clearance to Shannon as filed. Ah, I read the wrong line. He's going to confirm the same. I found it. He's got it. It's the QFE that's 1015. Oops. Oops. Ah. Oh, okay. Okay. Would help if I'm on his frequency. Here we go. So we don't need to confirm. Manchester ground, Ryanair 4776 with information Foxtrot gate 51 requesting IFR clearance to Shannon as filed.
Ryanair 4776 Manchester ground, hello, cleared IFR to Shannon. EKLAD 1 Romeo departure off of runway 23 right, squawking 4475.
Squawk 4475 on the EKLAD 1, Romeo departure of runway 23 right, Ryanair 4776.
Ryanair 4776, repack correct.
Okay, sounds better when you know what you're doing and you're doing it on the right frequency, eh?
It helps.
Yeah.
Does work at times.
What flight level has everybody got? 360 is mine a bit high or not?
340 mine.
Yeah, 340 on this side.
Okay.
Funderlet, thank you very much for the tip there. Much appreciated, sir, and I hope you enjoy the content. Right, let's go and do our step through.
How many more minutes before you got your 20 minutes up?
20 minutes, at least 20 minutes, because you know why? I forgot to start my client. I need to start
Started it again.
Yeah, I need to start my client. I'm gonna quickly do that.
What you like?
Ladies and gentlemen, your captain asking a question. How many of us flying to Shannon in this group right now?
Well, you and me are online. I'm not sure. I think Reggie's flying offline, and I'm not sure who else is flying offline.
Yeah, new name for me at the moment, Hakan, the Phantom Flyer.
Ah.
I thought Paul was going to fly as well.
I will get there. I was looking at machines. They're not cheap, but you never know. Nico, I saw the thing about STKP that you put up. Whatever it is.
For Mac. Yeah, you must join that if you can, Reggie. Dan can use all the help he can get, you know, so just join him on his Discord then for the feedback and all. It's going to be much easier just to speak to him directly. You know, he's such a great guy. What a nice guy. So, you know, just go.
Yeah. Okay.
You can
no problem.
be in that beta team to help the Mac users get STKP. That will be marvelous.
Okay.
Anthony says he's online as well. He's actually muted himself here in Discord because he's also got the ATC. So. Right, okay, concentrate. 62.7. We've got 68 on the takeoff. That's cool. Reserves. Let's go check. Increase that later.
Climb 1 or climb?
I'm going to do climb 1. The reason is, look, I don't know this particular standard instrument departure, but there usually is a hold at like 4,000, then 6,000, and then they only release you. So there's no point in dashing up to 6 or 4 or whatever and then sitting there, you know. So we might as well just do it gently, and then after that we can always change the climb rate. Right, and for those of you that do not know, there is our runway slope. Minus means downhill, so we put a D, 0.4 rounded, and we put the forward slash and 232 for the runway. Alright, I am going to do the cutback because like I said, there's bound to be some other restrictions, so we can take it easy until we really have to put the coals in the fire. You might add some paraffin as well, but we'll talk about that later. Alright, so that takes care of that.
Are you going to modify some briefs so they can give you reserve?
I don't have that authority to modify it, unfortunately. In PFPX I did, but I mean it's easy, George. All you do is the reserves are calculated by adding the alternate and the fin res. So it's those two figures over there, 941 plus 1131. I mean, I just look at it quickly. I don't use it down to the number. It's ridiculous. So I just round it off to the closest value I can quickly spot with my eyes. Hello Jaco, welkom.
That's fine.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please recheck the security of your seatbelt.
See, I never turned that knob far enough. That's interesting. Could I check that?
Slide slow. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. In up. Sink rate. Sink rate. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Terrain. Slide slow. Bank angle. Bank angle. Approaching minimums. 2,500. 1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50.
Manchester ground, Golf Charlie X-Ray November Hotel, good morning.
10.
Golf Charlie X-Ray November Hotel, Manchester ground, hello, pushing message.
Too low. Terrain. Terrain.
Golf Charlie X-Ray November Hotel, Cessna 172 on stand GA11 at the Western Maintenance. With information Foxtrot QNH 1024, request startup and clearance for departure to the west.
Golf November Hotel, startup approved, stand GA11. Stand by on clearance since we haven't got any centre online.
Startup approved. approved. Golf Charlie X-ray November Hotel.
And the squawk code we got was 4475.
Manchester ground, we are requesting startup and pushback Ryanair 982.
Ryanair 982, stand 59, push and start approved, facing west.
Startup and pushback approved, facing west, Ryanair 982.
Right guys, we gotta kill 10 minutes, otherwise I don't get my 20 brownie points from the VA. So if you've got any questions or you just want to have a general chat, now's the time. Enjoy yourself. Talk to me. Let's hear what you
Golf
guys
Charlie
are.
X-ray November Hotel, request taxi.
Question, if you're willing to
Yeah.
accept it. Right, installing the latest version, do we have to still go by the removing the status of that or not?
No, it was just with
Golf
that one.
November Hotel.
It's not the
Taxi,
status, by the
appreciate
way,
it.
it's the
Papa 1
state.
for runway
It's two
23
different
right.
files, George.
Taxiing via
Yeah, I meant the state, yeah. Yeah,
Papa.
I'm with you. I appreciate your
Sure.
Taxi to
No worries, George. It was just in that one instance where you had, Zibo had to fix something, so it's not a requirement as far as I know. Also, yeah, it's fine, George. Also, guys who didn't make the states, you know, who didn't use the tablet, and I mean, who didn't go through the whole process of managing and making states on this page, won't have that file to delete anyway. And I think that's where the confusion came into why people started deleting the status file, because that was the closest they thought it was a spelling mistake or whatever it was. But if you did not use this page, you won't have that file to delete anyway.
Yeah, no, I didn't use that page.
Okay, no, then you don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Golf Charlie X-ray November Hotel, can I just question the runway? Did you say 23 right?
Golf November Hotel, are you firm? That's the current recommended runway. However, if you want to take off 05 left and head out that way, then that's perfectly fine as well.
During yesterday's group flights into Aspen, the approach is very steep, and the subject of when you cannot use your speed brakes when you've got flaps out came up.
Okay, 15 degrees. You stop using it at 15 degrees. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. I forgot them out in 2 of my recent streams, and I felt like a real idiot. I actually landed with him still out. So, but yeah, technically it's supposed to be 15.
Thanks.
Damn, this is boring. Guys, talk to me. Come on, tell me something.
What time is it there?
What time is it? In South Africa it's 10:37. Here in the UK it's an hour behind. So what time are you asking?
When are you going to start pushback?
7 minutes, Hakan. 6 minutes and 50 seconds.
Waiting for a particular passenger, and that's why it's taking so long.
Yeah. Ooh, I love the Springbok there. Hello, that's Anthony, I suppose. Oh, we've got a South African Airways aircraft. Awesome.
Can they still fly?
Uncle, Uncle John is asking me questions. So I'll answer him just now. George, as far as I know, they're bankrupt. There was an article in the newspaper that they will start to operate again in the next month, but only between Cape Town and Joburg. So I don't know who's doing what, because technically when something is bankrupt and it's closed down, you're not allowed to operate it. So I don't know what's happening there, I must be honest. I'm at a total loss.
You, me, and I suppose the rest of the country.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the government will not let go of that. That is not something to discuss on stream, but you and I can have a chat later. They will never let go of an airline, ever.
How old are you, Nico?
How old am I? How can I'm 47?
47 years old.
Almost, yeah,
Guys,
almost.
I am step by step asking private questions. Please register for future.
Yeah, I'll pay $50 there.
Uncle John asking, what did you have for breakfast?
Yeah, Uncle John, I had rusks and some biscuits, and I'm waiting for proper breakfast. This is just to kill time, you know, just to make me not die.
True South African Nico, rusks for breakfast.
You see.
Hey, I've made a beginner's mistake. I didn't turn the fuel on. The engines have stopped, and I can't restart. I can't. What do I have to do to restart the engines?
Well, do you have fuel in your aircraft?
Yeah, everything's ready. I just forgot to turn the pumps on before I started it. I'll turn the engines. I'll turn the pumps off.
Failures. Yeah, check the failures are off. Make sure in the tablet as well as in explain. Uncle John, I think you must order that. Yaku, please come and join us. Mr. B, there you go. That's my calibration settings. I unfortunately do not have my second throttle quadrant, so I'm not using anything more than just the first 3 lines right now. Let's start our APU so long. And the 1, 2, 3.
Might as well just call for your pushback.
Thank you, that's a good option there as well.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I can smell my bacon and eggs are on the way.
You're lucky.
Oh, I didn't return the fuel cutouts back, so I wouldn't start with them forward. So that's sorted.
I said that to ATC. You have a technical problem. I'm waiting for you, Nico.
Thank you, Arkan. I better switch back to his frequency.
By the way, Tower is online in Manchester.
Oh. Okay, let's quickly get his frequency. 11863.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I think you are ready for push.
Almost, Arkan. 2 minutes 15 seconds.
What time is it there?
Five minutes later than what last time was.
Ready to taxi for VFR departure to the west.
Golf Romeo Charlie taxi home point Foxtrot 1.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
And Kilo.
Foxtrot 1 via Papa and Kilo. Golf Romeo Charlie.
Good morning, Kilo. 454. Information Golf 542.
Callum 456 Tango, Manchester Ground,
Services
hello. Cleared IFR to Amsterdam, Dessig 1 Sierra departure off of runway 05 left, squawking 7321.
Okay, cleared to Amsterdam, Dessig 1 Sierra departure 05 left, and squawk 7321, KLM 457.
I got to go because KLM asked IFR clearance.
Go, Hakan, because I'm going to ask for mine in a minute, so that will give us enough separation. Go.
Okay.
Manchester Ground, we are ready for taxi to runway 23 right, Ryanair 982.
Ryanair 982, taxi, holding point Mike 1 for runway 23 right, taxiing straight by Juliet.
Clear to taxi to runway 32 right via Juliet taxiway, Ryanair 982. I'm sorry for delay.
Ryanair 982, no worries.
Manchester Ground, Ryanair 4776, ready for push and start.
Ryanair 4776, Manchester Ground. Tower has asked me, we've just changed active runways to runway 05 left, and since you haven't pushed, if you'd be alright to pass, if we could re-clear you off of 05 left. So you're currently filed for an EKLAD, so would you be okay? Stand by me for 1 second, I'm just trying to work out what route would work better for you.
Oh, that's interesting. 4776 standing by, and okay, so we can change, take your time.
Always something interesting in this flight.
Very.
KLM 45 Tango, can you repeat your last message please? 45 Tango, stand 54, push and start, approved.
So what's the problem now, Luca?
Runway change, George.
Ryanair 4776, hello again. Would you be okay with taking a Asmin 1 Sierra departure off of runway 05 left? It's same rough direction of travel, heading out to the west and south. But it's just off of runway 05 left instead of 23 right.
Asman 1 Sierra is perfect for us, 4775.
Receive Ryanair 4776, standby. Brief, Ryanair 902, contact Tower 118.625. Have a good flight.
Thank you very much for the service. Going to 118.625, Ryanair 982, have a good day.
Right, so this is the new departure. We're going to roughly just go back, then that'll be it. I'll have to change the FMC now. All in a day's work, I suppose. From there to there, Asman direct to EKLAD. Okay. Mark, to answer your question, I have no idea. I have not asked Zibo about it since the last time him and I spoke about it, so I'll have to ask. He doesn't really give updates. Uncle John is correct there, but I'll ask him when I speak with him next. Zibo, if you are watching the stream, you can drop me a note there saying the question is asked. So any which way, we'll find out later.
Ryanair 4776, re-cleared IFR to Shannon.
You just couldn't sit back and accept the surprise.
05 left, same squawk 4475.
Thank you, sir. Squawk remains 4475. Asman 1 Sierra departure of runway 05 left for Ryanair 4776.
Right, 4776, affirm. Your new departure routing is Altamim Lima 975 WOW, and then route as filed.
Okay, we'll change to the WOW. I'll have to look for it quickly and get back to you. Standby, please. 4776.
Right, 4776, no worries.
No idea where this WOW thing is. Unless he's talking about WOW. Grant, please confirm the waypoint we need to look for is Whiskey Alpha Lima for Ryanair 4776.
Ryanair 4776, standby. Golf Romeo Charlie, on my map you appear to be at hold Papa, but not to worry. If you're holding there, then that's fine. Contact tower on 118.625. Have a good flight.
Sorry for that. 118.625, thanks. Go for Romeo Charlie, bye-bye.
Ryanair 4776, can you repeat your last message?
The waypoint that we were discussing, sir, is that Whiskey Alpha Lima for the routing.
Affirm, Whiskey Alpha Lima.
Thank you, sir. We'll change our routing then. 4776.
Going to 122.8, Unicorn, bye bye.
So the one we need to drop is EKLAD.
Hey, my autopilot doesn't work.
I can format, reload that computer.
Yeah, I got the same problem.
Correction, KLM 45 Tango, taxi home point Alpha
I think I can see
Foxtrot
what
1
mine
for
is.
runway 05 left, taxiing via Golf, Juliet, Kilo, Bravo and Alpha.
Takeoff, Juliet, Kilo, Bravo, Alpha, Foxtrot.
So while I'm doing this, I might as well show you guys. So in my flight plan, I had to get rid of EKLAD. That's the one that's got the pin on it over there. So I've just deleted that. So we're going to go Asman direct to Whiskey Alpha Lima. Save that so we don't have that dog's leg to contend with. We've done the same in the FMC now. So what we'll do is just quickly step through it just to make sure.
Paul, are you online, sir? Online flying.
I'm not flying. I can now, sorry.
Aha. There is a guy, his voice similar with you.
Disconnecting tow, stand by.
Inside Gamer, welcome to the family. Thanks for subscribing. Right, so let us request. No, he's still busy. Can hear him actually. Wait till he's done.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Beautiful Manchester. I love Manchester.
This back must quickly quit and then we'll call him back.
KLM 45 Tango, confirm squawk 7321.
Come on, Ray. I can't hear what he's saying to me, so I presume the script is still running.
Can't start planner. Pushback. Can't start planner. Pushback already in progress.
Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle John is available but doesn't speak, so we miss him, but he doesn't speak with us.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Manchester ground, Ryanair 4776. We are ready for push and start facing east now.
Ryanair 4776, done 5-1, push and start, approved, facing east. Correction, facing west.
Why west? Can we face east because we need to face the runway 05 left? Sorry, apologies, I made a mistake, you are correct.
Have to loop back around on yourself from your current position. Runway 05 left is at the other end of the airfield, so if you push west, you'll push facing towards your...
Okay,
I know.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I made a mistake. Thank you, sir, I did pick up on my mistake.
No worries, Ryanair 4776, done 5-1, push and start, approved, facing west.
West. I did everything right, I just used the wrong word. What an idiot. It's early. Coffee isn't done yet. Sorry.
Let me set another one. Or you need bigger mug.
No, this one's big. Wait, I'll show you. It's a big one and it's halfway done, so I've got...
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
I bet, Hakan, I bet that guy, that thumbs down guy, is going to give me a thumbs down just because I made this one mistake.
But he's not available, fortunately.
No, but he sometimes comes afterwards. He's not always on stream with us. You know, he brings his bitterness after the stream sometimes.
Aha, he just coming to thumbs down.
Yeah, that's all he wants to do. He's not interested in watching anything.
I see. After Foxtrot uniform Charlie Kilo, Oscar Foxtrot, he didn't come again.
No, he was here on yesterday's stream as well.
Ah, he's here.
No, he doesn't let the day go by and a video go by without coming and giving a thumbs down.
It's okay right now. There is no thumbs down. I feel happy myself. My day will be better right now.
Yeah,
when I see thumbs down, my psychology is getting worse.
Shame.
KLM 45 Tango, contact tower 118.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
118.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Got a question for your friend. How many flights can he do without making one small mistake?
I don't know, but it is a good question. The problem is he doesn't speak to us, you know. He just comes and throws up and runs away, you know.
Maybe he can't even fly the aircraft.
Zibo 1732 Manchester ground, hello. You're currently filed for a Lister departure. Listos are used for a design for prop aircraft. So would you be okay taking an admin departure at the same rough direction of travel, still off of runway 05 left, but it's just designed for jet aircraft instead of props?
Yeah, that's fine. That's the problem. Usually admin departure.
Can someone get a copy to Nico ASAP, please?
Why? What did I do? What did I do now? I didn't even know I did something wrong.
You desperately need one by the sound of it.
No, I'm okay. I've got half of my coffee left, Uncle John.
Demands.
Strong enough, obviously.
Yeah, all's good, Uncle John. All's good. Uncle John?
Yes, sir.
You need to refresh your browser on your iPad if you're watching on the iPad, because the coffee thing was actually dealt with like 2 minutes ago, so I think you might be watching an old stream or an old portion of the stream.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Alright, so let's get taxi instructions. Manchester ground Ryanair 4776, request taxi to the holding point for runway 05.
Ryanair 4776, taxi home point Alpha Foxtrot 1 for runway 05 left, taxiing via Golf, Juliet, Kilo, Bravo and Alpha.
Taxi via Golf, Juliet, Kilo, Bravo and Alpha for the holding point for runway 05 left, Ryanair 4776.
Speedbird 172, I've just had a look at your flight plan. At the minute, the only thing that's showing on there is Listo Lima 612 Honolulu. Is that your whole flight plan, or is there meant to be more on there?
Yeah, just having a look at it. I've actually imported it and I was just literally looking at it. Give me a minute and I'll refile it for some reason. So you sort of mixed up some of the information. So give me a couple of minutes, I'll send a new flight plan to you.
Sphere 1732, no worries. Yeah, I can understand what it's like because it's done that to me before as well, so no worries. Just let me know once you've refiled.
No worries, I'll be back.
Sounds like we have a really nice ground controller today.
Turkish 33, good information, Golf at
a bit more patient than normal.
Understanding, yeah.
Turkish 33, Manchester ground, hello, cleared IFR to Dublin, Asmin 1 Sierra departure off of runway 05 left, squawking 4440.
1 Sierra departure, runway 05 left and squawk 4450.
This is Kilo 1, seems.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pause mine and come back later. I have to do something, I'm afraid. So I'll check later.
See you.
Bye, Hakan.
Repeat the frequency. Squawk code.
Turkish 33 squawk is 4440.
4440, Turkish 33.
Turkish 33 Athan.
Turkish 33, ready for push-up start.
Turkish 33, stand 29er, pushing start approved, facing south.
Push-up start approved, facing south, Turkish 33. Can you please confirm that we're gonna face right?
Turkish 33, your tail will be going to
now
the
my
left.
coffee is about to arrive.
Tail going
I
to the
need
left.
to take another sip, hold on.
Hallo daar, Nico.
Hallo, Jaco.
Hoe lees jy my?
5-5. Perfect.
Baie dankie. Hello guys. Finally got it sorted out. I was having troubles getting my sound to activate on Discord.
Okay, cool. Welcome.
Great to hear you.
Okay, I'm behind, but I'm gonna get set up and then I'll meet you guys in Manchester. Where are we flying to? Shannon. We're flying to Shannon.
Yeah, Manchester to Shannon.
Ryanair 4776, contact tower 118.625.
Thank you, Nico. You saved me from asking.
Contact tower on 118.625, Ryanair 4776. Thank you for your service, sir. Tower, good day. Ryanair 4776.
Ryanair 4776, good morning, via Alpha Foxtrot 105 left, clear for takeoff, service wind 0806 knots.
Via Alpha, cleared for takeoff 05 right. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 05 left, Ryanair 4776. Don't know why I made that mistake. That is so stupid. Silly.
Actually, that's to find out if the ATC's on their toes.
Yeah, I suppose. But you know what? I just don't like talking nonsense, and I did. It's kind of embarrassing. The whole world's watching it, talk nonsense. And you know better, you know, and then after you go, no, why did you do that? 05 left. Ain't it a pain to be human sometimes?
05 left.
But we've got to just take it as it comes.
On runway 05 left.
Have a good takeoff, sir.
Thank you, Aka. I can just get steady now.
knots.
What I never did. I never verified my takeoff speeds after changing the SID. That's why we didn't have call-outs, guys. Another lesson to learn there.
400.
I think you need to go back to bed, Nico, and get some more sleep.
Nah, okay, hold on. It's better to start waking
Ryanair
up.
4776, Unicom 122, what's good morning.
Unicom 122.8, good morning. Ryanair 4776.
Flight level 340.
Yeah, Nico, you just make sure that you get things right because Uncle John's got his pad out for your landing.
Yeah.
It's more than landing I'm marking up, trust me.
Uncle John, you know I love you. Don't come with stories now.
Listen, I love you too, but when it comes to business, business is business.
Okay, Uncle, you win.
Nico, chronograph.
That's set. It's set.
Okay.
I'd like to see you in my office when you finish this flight.
What, for coffee and cookies?
You'll find out.
Oh, my soul.
Uncle John's had his breakfast, so he's on his top of his game at the moment.
Can't go into top of your game at the moment, shall we? What are your frame rates looking like?
28, 29, 27, 25, 28, 29. Stable, that's all I can ask for. I really just need it stable, you know, and usable. I don't want it below 20.
Good.
Altimeter setting.
It's much better than yesterday. Yesterday was killing.
Been cleared to 34.
There's no ATC. The ATC guys are on holiday.
So you can increase your climb from 1 to normal.
I think we need to wait for 10,000. It's still limited, so we'll go for economic climb later. I mean, that's not a bad climb rate, 3,000 feet anyway. It's really reasonable.
Holding that 250 beautifully.
Yeah, we've got the economic climb now, so that's fine. It's very safe inside.
The sound loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important.
Ryan at 1.
Uncle John, what river is that below us?
Sorry, say again.
What river is that's down there?
I'm not sure if that's a river. That's actually part of the sea. It says River Mersey.
It's the estuary of the Mersey. Mersey.
That one. Mercy. Mercy beaucoup.
Mercy.
There you go. There it says.
So we should be going over Liverpool then.
Not quite. I think it's slightly more left, more south. I'm not sure. It's close. I know it's close, but I don't exactly where. Right, well, so apart from falling over my tongue, every single step has been done with high precision, no issues, and so far so good. The aircraft flies.
You not remember the song that the Searchers used to sing? And I think that was Ferry Cross Mersey.
Don't know that, Uncle John.
Oh, you're too young, you see. Paul will remember it.
I remember it.
Oh, but you're all old guys. You're all on pension already.
Hey, be respectful. You're not old.
I'm sorry.
You're not old.
You're just young with extra bunch of zeros at the end.
Something like that.
Uncle John, some of us are well matured.
Yeah, that's a very good description.
Like good wine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul is here.
Yeah, please don't include me in that old git group of people.
Oh, no, you're not old. You're not old. I actually know your age, so...
Yeah, man. That's the dark ages.
Hey, blogger man.
Paul is gone.
Oh, you upset him. Completely.
Why?
No, man, it's a joke. I don't know, he must have had a disconnect for some reason.
Jerry and the Pacemakers were famous for that. What was it? You'll Never Walk Alone.
14 miles to top of descent, sir.
Why did you leave the chat, Paul? I see you're on stream. Did you make a mistake? Hey, morning, Cole.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Gunnar. Guten Abend, sir. Guten Morgen, sorry.
Hello, Gunnar.
It's about, what is it? 11:30. Carl, I do not want to fight. It's very interesting, and you should have a see. Yeah, I understand what you mean. So it's apart from that, we have to discuss.
The last 20 years of existence on the planet taught everyone different things, but I do come from a time and place where people can actually disagree on need.
Yeah, probably I got something wrong, but he's stating this very clearly that speed brakes after 10 flaps 10 is not allowed.
Good Sunday, friends.
Hey, Giuliano. Ooh. Hold on. Sorry, false alarm.
Probably is that limitation because of operational performance means that Boeing has figured out.
We can't understand you very good. You are very wide.
Sounds like you're talking through a tunnel somewhere. Carl.
Like your microphone is away from your mouth.
Yeah. Sergeant Potato, good morning. Gotcha, Paul. Understand. Right, so almost at top of climb.
Shouldn't be long before you hit top of descent.
As we go.
Raising my nose quickly a little bit just to make it climb faster.
I hope that's better.
Much better, yeah, well done.
It's that goddamn bug with the VR headset and this thing arguing back and forth over Discord.
How are you doing?
Not too bad.
Right, there we go. At 340, let's see what is our top of descent. 71 nautical miles here, so we better get our butts in gear and start preparing.
Joburg Durban flight.
Yeah, looks like it.
Be clear about that flaps 10 speed brakes thing. The reason why is because we don't want pilots doing stupid human tricks trying to get back onto a stabilized approach from being well out of parameters. It's always easier and smarter, unless you're in an emergency, to go around. And that's the way we train pilots things. You go around, you execute the published mist. There is no eco, but there's a hell of a lot of downsides into crashing into the ground. So we always tell pilots to do that.
Makes sense.
But if you have to get down, If you're by yourself in a non-passenger, non-revenue generating situation, the forward slip is a perfectly good reason or maneuver to get down, but you still cannot use that or any maneuver to get back from a place where you're not stabilized. You're just going to create, more often than not, an incident chain that will lead up to some sort of problem that you don't want to deal with.
Yeah, understand.
Actually, I don't know him personally, but he seems like a real good guy and a good pilot.
He's an airline pilot. With these VA we are flying. In real, flying the 737 19 years and captain about 15 years. And chief instructor at Ryanair.
Oh, God save him then.
Yeah, sitting in Spain in his house and can't go out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're kind of in limbo right now. I feel bad for those guys.
Yeah.
You're talking about Mento 360.
Yeah, mentor pilot.
Yeah, he did a good post on what you were just talking about, Carl.
That is why they're talking about it.
Yeah, Flight Safety International and other places like that. Where that's where I taught for a while. Pardon me. And it's drilled into your head about how to do CRM and how to use CRM to effectively do risk mitigation and risk identification early enough to prevent things from becoming serious incidents.
This video itself, apart from this flaps thing, it is very interesting. He's a bit going into the technicals but explaining it for the public to understand what is happening there. So kinetic energy and these things.
Yep. You also have an issue with the 7.3. When you get that slow and you're trying to fly angle of attack, you can interfere by using too much control inputs in the rudder, trying to do a slip maneuver when you're not on speed. So that's another reason why they discourage that. I also say this, a lot of airplanes that do not have speed brakes or spoilers, you use the forward slip to compensate for that lack of it, and that's why you'll see that taught, especially in smaller planes, GA planes, twins and what. I have a friend of mine that owns a Cessna Citation repair facility. He can take a Cessna Citation 7 Ultra, and on a 5,200 foot runway, he can land that unit on the numbers and taxi out before the midfield with no reverse thrust.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is balancing in the approach. It is.
Yeah, he's just really good. You know what a Citation 7 Ultra looks like, right? I mean, it's the typical Cessna Citation, the non-swept wing, but it's not very light. It's not super heavy, but it's pretty good weight. But he's just so good, and he's got so much experience with that jet. He can just land that thing and just take it and do whatever. I think it was 1996. He was down there, and Arnold Palmer, the famous golfer, was there with his pilot, and they took delivery of his Cessna Citation 10. He was one of the first guys, the X, the big one, to take delivery of that from the factory at Wichita. So my friend, Mr. Hofstetler, took that plane from Wichita down to Uvalde. I flew with him, and then they got it all fixed up. He did a bunch of upgrades for him, around $8-9 million, and that's on top of what he paid for the 10. And yeah, you talk about a fast plane. The X, the 10, they can almost go like 0.94 or 5. They're really fast.
I used to love flying that in FS9. That was a cool aircraft in FS9 at that time.
Yeah, they can run like a scalded cat. They're really fast. the fuel flow reflects that, of course, too. So.
Alright, well, I'm set up, so I'm just waiting for top of descent. We have crossed the ditch on this side, so we're going. Not sure if we are actually close to any known airport runway. I would have thought so. We should be close to Dublin. Dublin should be around us somewhere down there. Yeah, there we go. There's Dublin. There's the Dublin.
I had to go look it up because I had forgotten. Top speed of the Citation X, 700 miles an hour. Cruise speed, 604 miles an hour. Fuel capacity, 1,926 US. Unit cost, around 23 million as of 2013. Latest figures available.
That's easy to get.
Yeah, I should have a couple, right? Nico, you want one?
Yeah, please. Please.
There you go.
I want it with a little bit of red and blue, and maybe my Schematics color, rather. Forget the red and blue. No,
there you go.
Yeah, I'll send you Schematics logo. You can put it on there.
Yeah, look at that livery done up. That's, that's easy.
Yeah, and a decent sound system in it.
That's the kind of stuff that Mr. Palmer was putting in his jet. He had a huge, and remember, this is 96, okay? And he had it, as I remember, he had it delivered in the fall. It was around like September, October. And I mean, it had this huge TV in there and a sound system, I mean, from Hades. And in the interior, I mean, it was just the most lavish, woods and polished brass. And, I mean, it was just gorgeous. And that, I mean, his modifications with Sierra Industries were $8 million on top of the money he spent for the X itself.
Wow.
He had longer range tanks put on it. There were some upgrades to the engines that were done, as if they weren't already powerful enough. And I forgot all the other stuff he had done, but it was awesome. So that's what Mark does. You're a famous guy like Arnold Palmer or whatever. You got a jet, you want to have it dolled up or upgraded or what have you. You take it to him, and his business will be happy to upgrade your jet and do whatever. Mentioning that, Nico, I'm actually surprised they don't have a Citation X for X-Plane 11.
Yeah, I often wonder what happened to those Eagle people. I can't remember the company name, Eagle Dynamics or something, but I think I might be recalling. I think Eagle Dynamics is a real world company, and this Eagle Soft or Eagle something that made that thing was brilliant. It's a pity they didn't continue.
Yeah, Eagle Dynamics is the group that makes the digital combat flight simulator.
Okay, that's why I've got it in my mind. But yeah, Eagle Soft or Eagle, it was Eagle something who made that Citation.
Well, the only thing they have that's of any speed, other than Concorde, is that experimental Tupolev, 440, whatever, I don't know. It's the experimental supersonic business jet. But other than that, I mean, the Citation X is a real thing. They've made almost 350 of those things in real life, so this is a real thing.
Yeah,
nice. Just a question in between. Nico, what was the Manchester runway?
05 left.
Thank you.
It was Eaglesoft. They did it for FSX.
Something like that. I don't think I owned it in FSX, or am I making a mistake? Well, whatever, it was back in the day.
Is FSX, FSX Team, P3D?
Yeah, I never had it in P3D. I spoke to one of the more well-known developers the other day, and I got such a snotty answer from them for P3D stuff that they're making. They don't want to give us any indication of when they're releasing updates, which I think is kind of lousy.
That's terrible.
Yeah. George, you're broadcasting.
Yeah, Eaglesoft made different different jets for different platforms at different times, so it looks like they are the guys that did make that for older versions. Tell you, I like you know, the X-Plane and especially the latest versions. They're just getting better and better. But I was really impressed with the P3D V5 and how they made some changes to that. But I will never go back to P3D after I've been on X-Plane like this. It's just not.
Yeah. I've still got my
It's
P3D.
so expensive.
Yeah, I know. I'm not investing anything more into P3D, but I'd love to just have the stuff that I have in version 4 work in version 5. And the innocent question was, can you give me some time frame, you know, when are you guys actually doing it? No, we don't give out anything like that.
Wow. Yeah, because that was a very unreasonable question, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I actually had that happen with Magnite. They got pretty snooty with me, and I was asking them questions. They were just like, hey, you know, I love the airplane. Would like to understand, you know, are you going to do these things here? Because I haven't seen this on the forums, and I have searched, just so you know. I'm, you know, trying to be reasonable and come to you with questions that may not have been asked, or that at least are not public, you know, whatever. And they completely snubbed me. Okay, didn't mean to offend anyone by asking a question. Sorry. Don't worry, it won't happen again.
Carl, you were talking about those the jets. There's this chap I know, Greg, who was a F-16 fighter pilot, and he flies a Beechcraft.
Premier 1.
Yeah, the Premier 1. Yep. Yep, I've got a little bit of time in those. They're good jets.
Yeah, I watched one of his. Somebody sent me a link to watch his latest. What's that? Man, that guy's really good. Really, I was really impressed the way he just handled that whole.
Kind of like me, George, landing at St. Helena with that 737-800 from Comair.
I tell you, I'll never forget. I still see that video is still on your
yeah.
on your face.
Yeah.
Nice.
Had a chat with somebody the other day. He didn't believe me we did it. I just left him. I said, oh well, can't help it.
Nico, just a quick question. With regards to the auto throttle on the Zibo, for some reason, I haven't been flying for the last few days. The last time I left my Zibo, everything was working perfectly fine. Now, my reverses don't seem to want to retract. It doesn't matter if I disconnect my throttle yoke. So has there been an issue that I need to update or something like that?
Well, you need to update anyway, but that sounds just like a controller issue. Remap them, recalibrate them. I don't know. It's not a Zibo issue. I mean, here I am flying the latest, so get the latest and let's see.
Okay, because yeah, I just thought it quite strange. The last time I flew perfectly fine, and yeah, I just fired up the sim, and my thrust reversers, even though I disconnect the throttle quadrant completely and remap it, doesn't seem to want to retract at all.
Ek weet nie. Don't know. You got me there.
Okay, I'm gonna do the update then quick, see if that resolves it.
Yeah, maybe start completely fresh new, you know, just delete that folder, get the whole new fresh 42 and add the latest things.
Okay, I've got 41 still, release candidate 2.3, so I'm a few updates behind.
Yeah, that's what I say, you'll have to start fresh anyway, delete the whole folder,
Yep.
start fresh.
Yeah, you gotta completely get rid of that, dude.
Oh joy.
I learned that the hard way. The RC builds are tainted, and you can't use those on any of the upgrades. You'll really miss it.
Yeah.
However, when I did try to open the Zibo updater, it did tell me that, so I didn't have to fail.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Be nice when 50 is released.
Folks from the flight deck, we've started our descent. Should have you on the ground in about 15 minutes.
Does anybody know when that might be?
Thank you so much for your company and business, and hope to see you again with us
Bye now.
sometime very.
Okay, Hakan.
I was thinking my best guess would be around that July timeframe.
Yeah, that would be nice. McDrone was telling us something the other day about 2 issues that they're trying to resolve still, and once that is done, it should be fine. But I can't remember the details.
What is that now for the official release?
Descent is holding a nice track.
Yeah. This is brand new code, by the way. He changed the code again. Brand new code.
Well, one thing I did notice that there's no porpoising, so whoever's talking, I don't know what needs.
Echo, India, November, airport information, November 0930, Zulu, weather, wind 113 at 9, visibility 10,000, sky clear, temperature 19, dew point 8, QNH 1020, advise on initial contact, you have information, November.
This looks like such a lovely approach. Look at this, wow.
Nico, is that payware scenery? Or is it just authos that you create?
This is authos, and the airport itself is also free. The links to the airports are in
Yeah, no, I've got the I've got
okay.
the airports.
Yeah, no, this is all just authos. Sim level 17.
Yeah, I haven't created anything for Europe. I've got the whole South Africa done and dusted. Took me a while, but got it done. Now I'm looking to move over to Europe because I've got pretty much the whole of America as well.
Okay, cool. There's our airport.
Imagine the frustration, right? You've got 1,000 gig internet line, and you're having to use a VPN to download stuff from Google Drive at 1.5 megs per second.
Oh. Crazy.
I'm back.
Welcome.
I'm behind now.
Nico, can I make you a little bit jealous?
You can try.
Internet in China. Oh dear God. Compared to the rates we pay back home, it's a joke actually.
I'm sure.
It's free.
It comes with this free monitoring service too.
Like you're not monitored wherever you're from.
Oh no. The Great Firewall is a whole different thing entirely. Go look at Google and stuff, and they've complained for years how they're constrained. They don't have the ability to provide the same search services and stuff. You know, just forget the politics, just the technology of it. And they say that it costs them like almost 2 to 3 times the amount because of the infrastructure things they have to put in place to accommodate the policy.
Uncle John, are you ready?
Of course.
Just checking.
My pen is itchy.
Hello, Uncle John.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, old bean. And yourself?
Top of the bill, sir. Thank you for asking.
Excellent.
Nico, that's really a nice approach, this.
It is. And my attention is kind of split, so I just need to quickly get back in this game. Please take that.
Kind of looks like a long radar downwind.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna turn around just now.
Why have I not heard anything from Hakan?
He's concentrating, I suppose. Oh, he's gone to make coffee because he landed. He's here. He's definitely here.
He's getting the coffee in for when Nico lands. And then he's bringing his coffee to my office.
Yeah, that's a wind-up right there.
He doesn't scare me, Carl.
He's taking the piss. I heard you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Good morrows.
Hello, Chris. Look at the scenery, it's gorgeous.
Excellent job on the outfield, Nico.
Yeah, what provider did you use? Did you use Google?
As far as I know, this is Bing.
Yeah, Bing seems to be the better option out of the two. Man, that does look stunning.
Doesn't it?
$1,000 to go.
Just the one thing about X-Plane, you can make it look like this for just, I mean, very little investment to make it look this nice on P3D, or you have to spend, you know, hundreds of dollars, you know, and do lots of other things, and you know, it's just amazing what you can do on X-Plane for very little money.
I don't even want to think about the amount of money over the last few years I've spent on Prepared or FSX to try and make it half as good as X-Plane.
I'll just tell you
It's
this.
sad.
I looked the other day to see what it would cost me for what I have on X-Plane right now, and just the Orbex stuff, to get Orbex the same stuff on P3D, and it was almost $6,500.
That's insane, man. That's insane.
And that's just Orbex, nothing more.
Yeah.
Could buy a new machine for that.
You could buy two decent machines for that price. $6,500. Goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, your captain is speaking. I am at gate.
Good morning, Mr. Harkin. How's it, Angro?
Good morning, Chris. Sir, how are you doing?
Harkin, I'm okay. Not bad, thank you.
I am in Shannon right now. What are we going to do here, Nico?
Have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I think so. Let's quickly get my
Hakan.
approach set.
Hakan, can you say that again?
What are we going to do here, I said.
Yeah, we're gonna have coffee.
Guinness.
Guinness and some live music in Ireland.
Can't have one without the other.
No.
$2,500.
Morning, Uncle John.
Good morning, sir.
Nico, are you running Headshake by any chance?
No, real view. And that's why everything is shaking. I much prefer Xperialistic, and once Xperialistic version 2 comes out, I'll probably just revert back to it. This is workable, it's okay, and it gives you a lot more resources, so your flight sim is much more fluid in what happens. but I miss my experialistic.
This place is so silent, I feel myself alone in this Shannon airport, sir. So please come fast.
You're feeling lonely.
Oh gosh, these words.
Nico, you're gonna nail it, I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. This time I'm not gonna bother about instruction. I'm just gonna go on my gut feel.
Yeah, those are all good words.
Yeah.
Feel the force, Nico.
We are waiting for 50 FPM, sir.
Yeah, let's go ahead and blindfold up now, Nico.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do it instruments all the way.
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
My mind is not at the right place at the moment.
Why? Where it is your mind? Where is your mind, sorry?
No, it's somewhere in the clouds. Somewhere in the clouds.
What? Ice nester.
What did you drink?
Or smoke?
No, it's just the nice fresh air that I'm breathing in, I suppose.
What? Your voice coming all right? Okay, there is no problem.
We don't hear the smoke.
On airway, on speed, lined up good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your captain is speaking. Someone speaking strange here, so we need to be careful.
200 minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30.
I reckon minus 212 feet.
Minus 55.
240.
Minus 55.
$295.
Too much, sir.
Too much. Wait. But
80 knots.
Who cares? We made it.
Not flood.
I hesitated a little bit in closing the throttles. You see what's happened, Carl, and for the benefit of the other guys, is I've been practicing to try and land the way one of the real pilots told me. Okay, and then I get confused because it's not what I'm used to. So now I've created bad habits for myself, which I need to now resolve in my mind again and get out of my system. So what I really need to do is I need to go and fly circuits again. And I just hand flown circuits to just get the bad juju out of my head again.
Nico, sorry, do you mind elaborating on what the real pilot advised?
Well, what he said to us is you keep your eyes in the cockpit and you lift your head around about, I think he said 50 feet, and then at 20 feet you basically start closing your throttles. It needs to be a gradual process, alright? And in that process, as you're closing the throttle, you need to flare. What I find when I do that is I literally slam into the ground because I obviously do not flare or slow down well enough. And I mean, I'm used to landing anywhere from, I would say, 115 feet per minute to about 235. That's my average landing rate. But by just following the instruction blindly and not really finding the groove in it, I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling to land properly now.
Yeah, trying to interpret or use the real, signals that you get from the actual jet and that input, it's lost in a simulator because you don't have that same man-machine interface.
Well,
so I find it very difficult to try any of that, real-world stuff.
Yeah, that's my problem with it as well. When I'm flying real world or in the real simulator, it's a different game. Especially in the level D simulator, but flying here, it messes me up a little bit. So I have to now get rid of, the bad habits I've formed in trying to do something I'm not used to. So I'll have to work on that.
Yeah, what I think these simulators are good for, I mean, they're awesome at giving you your instrument scan, going over approach procedures and things like that. But, the tactile, okay, here's when to flare and here's how to round out, add that little bump of power, it's just you don't get that in the sim. Not in my experience.
Yeah, you don't. No, you don't. It makes it really difficult.
That's all because of the lack of the missing sense.
Yeah. But look, I mean, I used to be able to do it really well. I'll get back into shape. I really just need to go and fly circuits a little bit, just refamiliarize myself and practice. Practice. That's what I tell everybody. Don't give up, never surrender, just practice. You'll get it right.
You'll get it back. No, not a problem.
I want to ask a question to Uncle John.
Yeah?
Uncle John, can you hear me?
Yeah, I said go.
Have you ever been in Shannon, sir, in real life?
Negative, sir.
Yes?
Negative, sir.
Negative, okay. So I wonder what is famous here, so...
Guinness.
Let me answer for Uncle John. They have forgotten his name, but not what he did, so he can't really talk about it.
Clever.
Installation of the Zibo, this new 3.42. I make a backup of the old copy and paste in a new copy.
Yeah, remove the old one and then put the new one and then unzip the latest fix on top.
Do I need to start up without the fix and then apply the fix after, or can I apply the fix and start it up?
Apply the fix.
Now, what is important? Any issues that's been screamed about?
Nothing.
No, I thought as much. Thanks.
No, I had a good flight.
Talking about that sim, talking about flying the sim, like you were saying just now, Nico. Flight deck to sim, naturally he hasn't been flying due to reasons that we're all aware of. But he went to the sim to go and to do some, because he had to go in to do sim work. And he said that if it hadn't been for him flying the Zibo, he would have really been lost at some places. It was unbelievable how he was able to remember a whole lot of things.
Yeah. We have a few Ryanair pilots who actually come to Discord here. You obviously missed some of their chat. The one guy told us the other day that at least 60 of their Ryanair pilots in his hub are using the Zibo to stay current. He said that like a week ago in the week. He was here, told us they all use it to stay current.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's great at doing that systems level, stuff, the IFR scans and all that kind of stuff. It's awesome.
I mean, there's that Stevo One Knievo.
Yeah.
He does the same with his TBM, just to keep familiarized with some of the systems and procedures and approaches and all of that.
The one mistake that Flight Deck Sims nearly made, he said that when he was flying, he nearly used his alpaca call sign instead of the Ryanair call.
Now that would be hilarious.
Shannon traffic.
Can you hear like Gatwick? Alpaca, what?
Will enter 06 and backtrack.
especially when the tower comes back and says, "Oh, you fly Zibo as well."
Nico, thank you very much for this beautiful flight, sir.
You're welcome, Hakan. I'm glad you flew with me, and also for Anthony, thank you so much.
This like guy not available here. We need to be happy.
Alright, chaps, I'm gonna go get me some breakfast. I will see you
Right,
guys in a while.
100%.
Take care.
Mind how you go, yeah? Be well.
Enjoy, bye.
Bye.
Okay, go well. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nico, really good flight.
Yeah. I'm just into mines quickly here, talking to somebody on the side as well, and my wife just brought me some breakfast. I have no idea what it is. Tastes good. All that matters. Right, I need to quickly log this flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm leaving. See you later on.
Bye-bye,
Thank you
Hakan.
very much again.
Bye, Hakan.
Okay.
Hakan.
Cheers, Zach.
Shannon traffic, Ryanair 56 Mike, backtracking runway 06.
And Ryanair 25 Charlie, we are vacating runway on Charlie.
And I'm just disconnecting that some quickly.
$2,500.
You're welcome, Paul, and good luck with your work on the other side.
Yeah, he's just had a great time watching it with me.
Good. That wasn't a bad landing. That was really not a bad landing.
I made a boo-boo.
Yeah, it looks good, Nico. Nice scenery. Trees and stuff.
Yeah, very nice. Anthony, your SAA livery was showing in Manchester. I don't know why it changed on the arrival, but it was definitely working. It was in the box. Barely, but still it was.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Buongiorno, Pilotasso.
Okay, Uncle John, give it to us.
Hello, Sasso.
Well, let's put it this way. I cancelled the meeting. I'm going to meet him in the cafe for coffee now.
Okay, all right. I've redeemed myself. Okay, good. Thank you, Uncle John.
Go.
Yes.
I went and deleted my X camera preset
Well, it's in.
for the upteenth time.
Just get it from my download folder. That's all from my private hangar.
Oh, you have a preset on your hangar. Let me go and have a look quick.
Yeah, I searched yesterday.
It's such a drag to try and do all of those things over again. I've done it a million times.
Just download it. Gunnar, you were saying something?
Yeah. I was searching for it yesterday as well, and I haven't found it. Searched on the wrong place, probably.
Yeah, in my private hangar, if you go to Explain 11 Zibo X camera presets, it's in there. This was actually a flipping good landing, man.
Yeah, it was cool, Nico.
I just saw it. You were doing the streaming, I think.
Yes.
I saw the last 30 seconds now. There is the replay.
Yeah.
That was good. Where are you? Which? Oh, Shannon. Okay,
Shannon,
just read it. Nice.
Out of interest, what did Zibo give you?
Full stars -1.
Oh, no wrong with that.
That was nice. And it was on the touchdown as well. Touchdown zone.
In the zone. Barely, but still it was. You know, looks at the scoreboard, it
Why?
tells you.
Why bad?
No, nobody said it's bad. What happened was the landing foot per minute was rated at 295 by Sim Toolkit Pro. And I would have liked it to be just... Yeah, I would have liked it to be a little bit lower. But if you look at the replay, you don't see it. You understand? You don't see it's a bang. This is one of the things that I miss from XP Realistic. The touchdown effect is much, much better in XP Realistic than any other application for head shaking and whatever. So this real view doesn't do it justice at all.
I found myself, Nico, using, there is a script by Fly with Lua, I think it's called, and that script is not, I mean, it's not the best one, but I think it's a good deal to have a approximately correct landing rate.
Yes.
Plus, I'm using the hackers from the virtual airline.
Yes.
And that one, the landing rate is not the same, so that's another funny point.
I know. Let's quickly, while we are on that point, I think I've closed down everything now. Let's go to the VA quickly. Let's have a look, see what they scored my landing at, because it usually is like two different things. Let's go have a look.
And I don't know why. I mean, if the caps, I think it's because the landing rate that you get out from a simulator is like a pitch, like aileron or pitch attitude, this kind of stuff, and that is not, of course, real. But of course, because you don't have the sensor into the landing gear, so it's normal. But look at this replay; it's absolutely, I don't want to say perfect, but it's absolutely fine. Touchdown.
Yeah. So I've just looked in the VA. They also rated it at 290 something, so they are in agreement. Some Toolkit Pro and this one, but I mean, you don't see a bang, you don't feel a bang.
No.
It's not. So I don't.
No.
They could have taken it at the wrong time.
Well, you know what I think sometimes is it depends, because you can technically, if you look behind in the theory of the landing rate, the problem is that if you close the thrust like a 50 feet instead of 20, you could still have a landing rate of 295 or whatever it was, but you will come down like a stone. But that is not recorded as a landing rate. That is recorded as a bounced landing. Because, of course, you have that 30 feet more that make you come down and touch down at 100 knots or 160 knots instead of VREF. Because our aiming is to approach and keep VREF +5 or plus, depend what the wind is, until over the threshold. And then come down over the flare to be at VREF. So that's our aiming point. But it really depends where and when you close the thrust, or even if you shut the thrust.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
close.
I'm gonna have to go back and fly circuits, hand flown circuits, to start ironing out my flaring and everything. Because since I've been trying to do the 20 feet one, I just mentioned it on stream. So since I've been trying to close the thrust at 20 feet, I'm slamming into the ground too hard, you know, so I'm missing something somewhere. So I'm gonna really have to go practice now, you know, to get this thing.
Yeah, well, it really depends, let's say, on the sim. This is let's say, it really depends then how much the engine react to the closing thrust.
Yes.
Because if you react too quickly, then your nose gone down and you do it. But looking at this landing is absolutely fine. Maybe I would initiate then. It also depends what the speed was when you come up over the threshold. Because if the speed was a little bit more, you maybe want to start to close at 30 instead of waiting 20. I mean, 20 is a good gate if you are all perfect in terms of speed.
I understand.
But if maybe you are maintaining VREF +10 for any reason, or because of lack on correcting it, maybe you want to start at 30, the closing process, you know?
Yeah,
but that comes with experience, even the real one. I mean,
I think I'm going to start using 30 instead of 20, and then I'll iron it out from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
400.
Because as far as I know, if you look at my speed there, it's on the bug. That's VREF +5. It's on the bug if you watch the replay now. So we'll see as I go. But one thing I did not do is I did not close my throttle fast enough. And that's where I floated here. I definitely did not close my throttle fast enough.
50,
yeah, do not close fast. I mean, if you close fast, I notice it even in Zibo, the nose drop. Like you need to do as a bigger correction, let's say, close smoothly to reach the touchdown when you have throttle closed. I mean, yeah, start at 30 maybe. It really depends. Every approach is different from the other one. I mean, so the rule is this one. But even in the real one, at the beginning we have. I don't want to say struggle, but of course you need to come up with your attitude, with your feeling, with your eyes view and stuff.
Yeah.
So it really depends.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It comes down to me. I have to practice. And that goes for everybody watching the stream and listening. I mean, this comes with practice. It just doesn't happen overnight. And when my mind is now scrambled with all the input that you've given and other people have given, I see I've developed some bad habits which I also need to go and iron out now, but we'll get there. So we'll get there. At the end of the day, we're here to help each other, which is the basis of this group.
Of course.
And you know, we appreciate your input and all the other guys, and yeah, we just take it as it comes. We'll sort it out.
Yeah. Well, that's the aim of the channel, of course. And also the Zibo is a good one. I mean, maybe if you try to do it with the default one, you don't even see the difference in closing at 50 or closing at 20.
Yes.
But you know, it's and then also the thing is, and that's again even in the real life, I mean, once you have the technique in the back of your mind, then you can adapt this technique for every airport. I mean, if I know that I have 3,000 meters runway, I will go more for a comfort landing in terms of doing a nicely flare and maybe nice flare, maybe using 20 meters more before touchdown, but do a nice flare. If I have a short runway and maybe windy situation, I have to go just down to the touchdown point because I need to start brake. So you know what I mean? It's even real, it's like this. I always remember the difference between Victoria Airport in Spain and Bergamo, for instance. It's completely two different approach.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you see, Sasso, this is just my 2 cents now, right? Building on what you've said now. A lot of flight simmers have the attitude that this thing should operate on rails. You know, if it works this way at one airport, it needs to work that way on another airport, because we're not flying an aircraft, we're flying on rails. You know, this is a train. And I actually had a discussion with somebody completely different on a different subject, coming down to the same point. When you talk to some flight sim pilots, you know, like this porpoising story everybody is talking about, I mean, you're not driving a train. Sometimes the aircraft will porpoise because of wind. It's not an error in the aircraft that it moves in the air. There's nothing holding it. It's literally hanging in the air, you know. But a lot of guys make a mistake like that.
Well, you know, I would just answer to them that this is not aviation. I mean, if you want something, the first thing that you say or come up in my mind when someone asks me why you choose to be pilot and blah blah, because it's a dynamic, and dynamic means different. Otherwise, we would have something. Otherwise, they wouldn't have 3 years of study, you know, all these lessons and distraction stuff, and continuous training even on the job. But that's the funny thing. That's why we are here. I mean, there is another sentence that says that a pilot stops to learn when he stops to fly.
Yes.
And that's real.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. It's real.
Absolutely. Doing the replay again, it looks fine to me. I mean, this is the correct technique. If the instructor saw this, they would be happy.
Yeah,
good. You didn't touch, well, you didn't touch with the nose gear first of all. And then the flare was there. In fact, you can see actually the nose keeping up. I mean, it's not that, like going down.
Yes.
I mean, so you did it perfectly.
Thank you.
That's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I see.
Let's close the stream. Gents, ladies, we'll see each other hopefully later on. Otherwise, in the week, we will try Twitch first. If that fails, we'll come back to YouTube. And we'll talk to you guys on Discord and Facebook and the Zibo forum. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for watching.
Bye, Nico.
Bye, Nico. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, Sasso. Bye, everyone else.
Bye. Bye-bye.